Shalom to you, Aqua, for an order, as well as you Israelites who look like these other nations, like unto a speckled bird in the four corners of the earth, having the seed of Jacob. And Shalom to all you sincere listeners, knowing that the ones who are sincere in listening and who are sincere in belief will be the ones most likely to be saved. Yahweh Ratazah. Okay? So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, I come again with another lesson. I was looking through, there's a thing called Middle East Eye. So before I get into what they have here, I want to highlight, the fact that I'm not using this for monetary gain, and I'm only using it for edification purposes, so I'd like to say free use, okay? So I come across this, and this is Middle East Eye, and it, as you can see there, it got put up an hour ago. I only came across it about 20 minutes ago, so it's on this channel is fairly new. I was astounded. I was astounded by the fact, by the gall. The gall of Esau, Edom. They rarely feel that the world doesn't see their actions. And they rarely feel that they can skip into the sunshine regarding their actions, okay? Like Ali Awakanan says, we do not have a dog in the fight, okay? But I'll read this and then I'll give my explanation to it, how I see it, and filter it through the scriptures as well. I'll just read it first before I'll bring a breakdown. Middle East Eye. Fair use, okay? And it begins. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has gifted U.S. President Donald Trump a copy of the nomination letter he sent to the Global Committee as the pair met for the third time this year. Okay? So this is what is sent to the Nobel Committee, a nomination letter for Donald Trump, for his buddy Donald Trump, okay? Remember, this is called a Nobel Peace Prize, gifted to those who bring peace upon the earth, okay? We know through the scriptures that Esau Edom is not going to bring peace. He is going to bring destruction to the earth. The scripture says, I will destroy those that have destroyed the earth, okay? So there's no peace to be had under the regime of Esau Edom, okay? That's just a myth, it's a farce, it's a fallacy. It's used as indoctrination, to sorcery, where if you say something enough, the world begins to believe it, okay? This is nomination from a guy who the whole world looks at now, majority of the world looks at as an absolute genocidal maniac. And the other one, we're looking at a man nominated who has created a thing called Alligator Alcatraz, where he has, Okay, and we know that he's being controlled. He's being controlled by the elites, but it still put his name to it. Where this alligator Alcatraz, where the persecution of the Northern Kingdom has come to its full extent under his watch. Okay? Yes, I'll start it again. It says, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has gifted U.S. President Donald Trump a copy of the nomination letter he sent to the Global Committee as the pair met for the third time this year. At the beginning of the meeting, Netanyahu presented Trump with a letter that he said he had sent to a committee for the Nobel Peace Prize, commending Trump's efforts to end the conflicts in the Middle East. As though the man nominating Trump, right? The man who struck when peace talks were underway. You know what I'm saying? The man who keeps sending funding and weapons to the barbarous state of who, okay, to that small hat regime that are blood drinkers. Let me not talk too much here in that way, but you guys understand where I'm coming from, You understand where I'm coming from. They have blood on their hands. The world sees them as this, okay? This is a man nominating Trump. Look at the hypocrisy in this. The hypocrisy is so blatant. It's so blatant now that these guys aren't even hiding it anymore. It's just like a big joke. This is a man nominating a guy who is accredited for alligator Alcatraz, and apparently he wants to make more of these parks and videotape people getting, he wants to make a bear one, a grizzly prison, a bear prison, where it's surrounded by bears, and have film it. It's like a Hunger Games sort of the beginning of Jacob's trouble. This guy has orchestrated the beginning of, well, not him, but those in charge of him. You understand? And this is the guy who is in the same conversation as a Nobel Peace Prize. These guys are having a laugh. They're having a laugh, as I say in the UK. They're taking the mick. Okay? At the beginning of the meeting, Netanyahu presented Trump with a letter that he said he had sent to a committee for the Nobel Peace Prize, commending Trump's efforts to end conflicts in the Middle East. When did that happen? Because I never knew about it. You know what I mean? These it continues where it says, I want to express the appreciation and admiration not only of all Israelis, but of the Jewish people, Netanyahu said before presenting the letter. You deserve it, he added. These guys are just gassing each other up. It actually, if it weren't so sinister, if we didn't understand the sinister undercurrent to all of this, it would be laughable. Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful, Trump responded. The Nobel Prize is The Nobel Prize is awarded annually to those who during the preceding year shall have conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. humankind. Conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. I'll tell you right now, the world will turn its back on Jake in a heartbeat, okay? For this to even be a conversation with the man's name attached to it, when there's people, laying, as we speak, in black sites, in detention centers, having their so-called human rights systematically stripped away from them, okay? When we've seen the small hats have no mercy, but go in search of blood. This is absolutely laughable. How do you even take this seriously? It is evil to the highest order, okay? And really and truly, it is all in the revealing of Esau Edom. It's all essential to the revealing, and let me just add as well that we ain't seen nothing yet, okay? We ain't seen nothing yet. The deception and the craft of this man is absolutely on another level. The thing is, they're so out of touch with reality that they by now they know that the world can see for who they are, see them for who they are, but they still continue regardless. Hey, I'm gonna nominate you for a Nobel Peace Prize. They must be behind closed doors when they're drinking their scotch, or their bloody mimosa. They must be laughing till their sides are sore. Yeah, continuing. Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful, Trump responded. The Nobel Prize is awarded annually to those who during the preceding year shall have conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. Man, you've got to wonder. They will never give me a Nobel Peace Prize, Trump told reporters. And it's a farce. The Nobel Peace Prize is a farce. It is only recognized for those who have done humanitarian kindness to Esau Edom. Okay? The world does not care about Alligator Alcatraz or any other such black sites or detention centers where Jake is going into. Okay? The world doesn't care about them. Well, they do. Okay, there's protests. They'll care about them Gazans more than they care about Jake. And it's about to be open season on Jake. That Jacob's trouble is real. Okay? But as for the so-called Western world, they only care about Esau Edom. They will inflict horrors, and it will be justified through their media and through their propaganda. Okay? They will never give me a Nobel Peace Prize, Trump told reporters at the White House in February as he hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It's too bad. I deserve it. But they will never give it to me. Oh man. Yo, you can't make this. You can't make this up. It's at this point it's laughable. They don't see what the rest of the world actually sees. They think that they are still the knight in shining armor for the rest of the world. You know, they really do. They really do. Benjamin Netanyahu, he probably still believes that the world still sees them as the religious figureheads over the world. You know, he probably still believes that. He probably believes that he can carry on regardless and still be exalted as. The other day I saw one of them small hats saying that you know, the world shouldn't only worship the one they call Jesus Christ and the Most High, but it should worship every single small hat. This is the pride. This is the arrogance. Now these guys are put in the same conversation as a Nobel Peace Prize. Man, this is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let me get into some scriptures. Yeah, this is 47 and 10. Isaiah 47 and 10. They have become comfortable in their wickedness, where the world, by and large, has always had an acceptance of their wickedness through the sorcery of media, okay, which has made it okay, which has made their bloody escapades okay, all right, in the sight of the world. Now the fabric of that is falling down, and by and large, because the men of the Lord are upon their feet on the highways and hedges, declaring this man's wickedness and showing it. So now the cloak of invisibility that he once wore has been cast down, and the people can see his wickedness, okay? Isaiah 47 and 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Yeah, no, nobody sees me because I have this cloak of invisibility. I have this buffer that is being produced by the media. Now, in the world of smartphones and social media, people can see the wickedness straight up in front of their eyes and say, hey, the time when knowledge and wisdom has increased upon the earth, okay? The Most High has had everything for his perfect timing, all right? For his perfect timing. These are the decadent Roman senators and aristocracy who couldn't even see the fall of Rome when it was staring them in the face. They still lived their decadent lives and thought that the world still upheld Rome as the jewel that the world thought it was. But they didn't see that the whole Roman idea was crumbling around them, and people didn't look at it the same anymore. And this is exactly what's happening in our time, where Esau Edom still thinks that Babylon the Great is something that people look at in high esteem, as well as the land of Israel with these people who occupy it at the moment, okay? These Amalekites. They still think that the world looks upon them like that, the jewel of the Roman Empire, the grandeur, the bewitching beguilement that they have cast upon the earth. You know, the veil is fallen from the eyes of the masses. The veil has fallen. But these guys, through their pomp and arrogance, still feel that, hey, everybody, hey, look, you know, especially the reincarnation of Nero. He has that same pride and arrogance of Nero. Listen, man, Rome is falling around their ears, but they still are singing and dancing in their banquet halls, thinking that everything is sweet. Okay? The Most High is changing the guard soon. Isaiah 47 and 10. Even these things, what they're doing now, talking about Nobel Peace Prizes, do they still think that there are people left looking at them as peaceful men? Isaiah 47 and 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's why they have the gall to say these things, talk about Nobel Peace Prize. Look, Netanyahu is wanted for, he can talk about peace prizes, Nobel Peace Prizes, when he should be, he's wanted by various different nations and leagues and communities for war crimes which he has committed. He has been brought up to the Human Rights Council, the Court of Human Rights, for war crimes. These are the people talking about Nobel Peace Prizes. Trump has started his reign of persecution. These are the people that they want to give the peace prizes. Listen, I'll tell you who is going to come and take the ultimate peace prize. Is the Prince of Peace, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Prince of Peace. Okay? You know when peace will reign? When Esau Edom is taken out of his power seat, that's when peace will come. Not the pseudo peace, not the peace that they want you to believe, which is not peace, which is destruction at a mighty level. I'll read the scripture again, Isaiah 47 and 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Yeah, because they think they can hide behind this tech, And don't forget, these people want to put a subdermal device in you, a C-hip. That will trigger ultimate control over you. Okay? That will make the house of Jacob their perpetual slave, because there is no redemption for taking this mark. Okay? Thou hast said, none seeth me. We see you. We see you, and we declare your wickedness up front, as we do right now. Okay? Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Did not the devil Noah Harari say that they have become the new creators? And this is sentiment shared by all of them, okay? Because their demonic-filled AI has now become what they would deem as the new creations on the earth. They believe that they now are the new creators. That's why they can award themselves titles of peace, okay? Titles of peace, and throw the word peace around like they actually know what it means. Throw this word peace around like they have an inkling to what it is, but they haven't got a clue. Okay? I'm going to go to the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and 25, and it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. like I was just talking about the demonic AI, the demonic vision for the future, that subdermal device, all types of the craft of their media, the craft of their food industry, the destruction which they have perpetrated upon the earth, okay? And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. Yeah, he's going to tell himself that he is now greater than the power of all powers, than the creator of the heavens and the earth, okay? And by peace, you hear that, Akim? And by peace shall destroy many. The destruction has started, okay? Jacob's trouble has come. When you see these things, you know, in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, 24 and 32, I'm just borrowing a sentiment from there. When you see these things, know that it is near, even at the door. Jacob's trouble is here, yo, at the door. And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the Prince of Princes, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, but he shall be broken without hand. His destruction will come so easily to our Redeemer. Alright? Yeah, so I just thought I would share that. Quite laughable if it wasn't so sinister, you know, this peace thing that they're talking about, Nobel Peace Prize. And you know, this is something they would actually do, you know, and laugh while they're drinking their Bloody Mary behind closed doors, you know. Man, this is the times we're living